Hey guys, gonna go through a game I had recently that I kind of brought back, you know, almost from the dead. Didn't even know what lane I was playing because of people disagreeing. So I've gone Teemo, and I like Teemo for a safety pick because I'm okay at him. You know, I do pretty well with him. And also because he can go pretty much anywhere. I mean, without Smite I can't go jungle, but he can play jungle if you need to. So what I've done is I've ended up going top, versing Rumble, who I've never versed before. I've never laned against him. I don't main top or anything. And everything goes pretty badly, but I basically managed to bring the game back. And I'm going to go into a few of the reasons why, but it's basically, you know, not going for that surrender button the first time it comes up. Fixing your CS, finding some ways to contribute to the team. And building your items well. That's probably the last one. So if they're pouring AP on you, and you're an AP champ, you buy Abyssal Scepter. If Master Yi's shredding you, maybe it's Thornmail, especially if he hasn't built Lifesteal or something like that. And just understanding that your opponents are bronze, if you're bronze. They're silver if you're silver. So if something goes wrong for you, chances are something's going to go wrong for them during the game. They're probably not going to play a perfect game, or you'd be in that super high division playing against perfect players. And just the longer you can draw that game out for as well. You know, if they hit all their items, and you're 4 items in at 35 minutes, at 50 minutes, that kind of gap doesn't exist. They're sitting around with 4,000 gold now. They buy and what do you call it, the potions? The essences, I can't recall, but that costs $500, and they, you know, jack up your AP or your health or whatever. That's it. That's all they got over you now. So as long as you can address the reason why you're so far behind, you can actually just win the game. So a lot of those 1 hour games are games where I'm going to lose, and I start fixing a problem, like if it's kind of my fault that we're losing, and hey, sometimes it is, and we bring that game right back. Let's go on to this gameplay footage. I really want to have a look at the items, the way I managed to CS up okay, and I basically like cheap some assists and stuff, like just fire 1 auto into a kill that's going to happen anyway, and I get my gold healthy again. Alrighty, so as we get into the game, I've been trying to poke Rumble, but unfortunately I haven't versed him before, and I don't know what he does, so I've flashed into his ult there. That's not good. I don't know what he does at all, because I don't normally play top. So I've gone and grabbed boots, because I figure I've by now figured out that I can actually dodge those missiles. And I'm trying to make a layup with the jungle to get a kill. I do try and get out of his ult, but I'm not quick enough there, and the jungle does as well. So it's looking pretty bad right now. I stopped trying to build Leandry's Torment, because I thought he was going to go tanky, and I start building Abyssal Scepter. Here I'm just going to go get an assist and poke Karma out of lane. The reason I like Abyssal Scepter in this game is 4 members of their team have a lot of AP. So a lot of magic resist and a decent wad of AP, just straight up poke, which when you're not in front you can't really do much other than poke. That's going to go a long way, and I think that's actually really where I start turning the game around. That and trying to increase my pretty terrible CS score from the start. So here the jungle initiates with his ult, which I don't particularly believe was necessary. I do walk out of his ult this time, but I'm just too squishy and being behind. I was kind of hoping the jungle was going to get it. Unfortunately he didn't. But yeah, I probably should have left the jungle to his own devices, but there was a good chance we're going to get that kill. Just didn't go away. So in this layup that I've just fast forwarded this here, you'll notice that Zed gets out of position, and quite rightly I don't really want to go in there. However, when I notice that he might get the kill, I'm kind of like, well, let's see what gold I can get out of this. Somehow Zed got that kill. Not exactly sure how. I'm guessing some kind of burn damage or something. And now I'm back in top trying to hold my tower, because it's important not to just roam. You got to go back to your tower and try and defend that stuff. Here I actually think he's going to ult me, but he doesn't. So I get right in there and start pouring the damage on. And then the jungle ults and smites, I believe, or ults and Thunderlords to get the kill. But he's behind as well, so I'm not annoyed about that. That's another thing, is not going crazy because you don't get kills. The amount of gold difference isn't super insane. It's more important that your team gets a kill. So here I've blinded Yi, so he starts meditating. but he can't really do a lot once I blind him, because he's squishy as well, but he just can't deal damage. You can't lifesteal off it. I actually get caught here, but end up making a kill out of it. So I just walk off because I realize I'm not strong enough to stand in there and fight. It's why I go for a little bit more of an AP based build, because you can kind of stick them and run rather than the hurricane sort of build that people build. And I'm being pretty annoying with my shrooms. I'm building them along the sides of the lanes. What that does is, it doesn't really hit the minions. It just hits champions walking around the waves of minions. I did try and get Harmendinger there. I realized Janna's gonna die, so I go up here to get Yi. I do get a little out of position, so I have to use the flash, which I probably could have otherwise avoided. But I've been picking up gold by getting these assists and just not frontlining. From that last engage, I kind of realized, like, Yi can't do anything to me, so time to blind him and just kill him. So the next few edits kind of going through the game and just showing every time blinding him, he can't get that lifesteal, can't do anything, and me, who started off as like the worst player on our team, doing terribly, you know, against this laning monster I don't even know how to play against, I ended up just completely shutting him out of the game, and he was doing well before this. But he just couldn't team fight. He had to pick people off around the map, which is a risky thing when you've got a decent amount of wards out. So yeah, like, he realizes that he can't go after Janna. He has to walk out. So you've already got kind of into his head and messed with him. And a lot of these are going on to double and triple kills. I go way above 20 kills. I only go to 9 deaths. I actually flash over the wall here because I've got Guardian Angel on by this point in the game. So I realize that even though I'm going to die, I'm going to pop back up anyway. So we're going to look at the last few items I bought. I did buy Nash's Tooth out just as here, and I'm looking at Leandri's Torment. The reason I want Leandri's Torment is because the magic pen it gives you, mixed with a bit of health, mixed with the burn, is just so nasty with Teemo's kit that, like, you get a lot of walk-off kills, and it gives you a lot of shred. Like, you don't need all attack speed or all AP for that to be an effective item. Like, just by itself. I build that first in certain matchups. I end up going Luden's Neck with the magic pen. It just goes through even tanks. So there's a few little things, getting the CS, sticking and running, just picking on Yi over and over again really helped turn that game. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll have another video up next week.